Hello everyone and welcome to the Fallout New Vegas mine damage list. I am going to list every mine in the game and how to obtain them from lowest to highest damage, starting with number 13, the Pulse Mine on non-robot enemies, with 10 damage or 16.9 with all relevant perks. Don't worry, this will be appearing again later down the list, but as for now, its use on humans is the lowest possible damage a mine can do in the game. These cannot be crafted, but they can be found inside Silver Rush, Vault 11, and they are sold by several merchants in the Mojave, as well as their randomized spawns in mine boxes. At number 12 we have the Powder Charge with 75 damage or 126.8 with perks. This takes a spot for the lowest overall damage of any mine in general. It can be found very early in the game near the Powder Ganger camps or sold by Carter at the NCRF. The schematics to craft Powder Charges can also be found within the NCRF. At number 11 we have the Pulse Mine again, but this time on Power Armor, with 90 damage or 153 with the relevant perks. Interestingly, the Pulse Mine only does this slight amount more damage to Power Armor, and it doesn't count against the NCR salvaged Power Armor, so this means it is still less effective than using number 10, the Frag Mine and the Demolition Charge, with 100 damage or 179 with perks. These are the standard mines that can be found all across the Mojave, with the Demolition Charge variant being available in Dead Money DLC, but the same in every way apart from the looks. The vending machine code for them can be found in the southwest side of Puesta del Sol South, and as for regular frag mines, you can find them very frequently across the Mojave in shops and as random loot. At number 9 we have the Pulse Mine again, but this time on Big Mountain robots with 110 damage or 179. This is only 10 more than the standard mine when used on the pulse resistant robots of the Big Mountain. However, this is still less damage than number 8, the Plasma Mine, at 150 damage or 253.5 with perks. These mines will be most commonly found as random loot, but many live ones can be found in the Honest Hearts DLC. You can find unarmed ones in the Silver Rush, the Remnants Bunker, and the Followers Safe House. Night Tourers at the Brotherhood of Steel can also sell them. At number 7 is the Time Bomb, with the same 150 or a higher 291 damage with perks, due to the addition of the Cowboy perk. On the Fallout Wiki it says that this is affected by the Cowboy perk, so has higher damage than the Pulse Mine overall. However, it also says in the trivia that this weapon is not affected by the Cowboy perk, so I had to test it myself before making this video, and I can confirm that the Cowboy perk did increase its damage by 20%, so the number displayed is correct. These function slightly differently to other mines, as they cannot be disarmed when placed or triggered by NPCs, and will instead explode after 15 seconds. The primary way of obtaining these is by crafting them, however they can be purchased from many shops. The only place to find them is in Caesar's Legion Safe House. At number 6 we have the Bottle Cap Mine with 200 damage or 358 with perks. The Bottle Cap Mine takes slightly longer to arm and explode, but not by a very noticeable amount. These can be crafted with the Mad Bomber perk. They are made slightly easier to craft, only a few can be found in the game, and they can only be purchased in one shop, which is the Great Khan Armory. Number 5 we have the Pulse Mine again, but on robots with 210 damage or 357 with the perks. The most powerful use of this mine, and really the best way of using them officially. This is a lot of damage, however it is still beat by number 4 C4 plastic explosives with 250 damage or 422.5 with perks. These also function differently than most other mines in the game, as they can be placed and will not explode until the detonator is used. These are actually very common and can be found in many places across the Mojave and sold at most shops. At number 3 we have the Satchel Charge with 250 damage or 447.5 with perks. These are the mines that are unique to Lonesome Road and have a very short fuse, making them much more efficient and harder to deal with when found live by the player. These can be crafted, but they can also be found in many places across the Divide. Also, EDE can provide them to you with the correct skill check. The reason that these have the same damage but a higher potential damage than the C4 plastic explosives is because the I Thought You Died perk affects these but not the C4 plastic explosives. So without that perk, they actually deal the same amount of damage. At number 2 we have the Time Bomb again, but this time the high yield variant with 400 damage or 676 with perks, or so the wiki says. Here we have a similar discrepancy as to with the regular time bombs, but this time the damage has not been added to the total of with perks. So once again I went into the game and tested it, and it does in fact add the damage, meaning that its mad damage if you take the Cowboy perk is actually 776. This is a huge amount of damage, and they cannot be found or purchased anywhere in the game. They are only accessible to the player if you take the Mad Bomber perk and craft them, meaning that most people probably won't have used these. At number 1 we have the Fat Mine with 450 damage or 805.5 with the relevant perks, the most possible damage that can be done when using a single mine. These also cannot be found anywhere in game, either to be found as loot or to be purchased. They are only accessible with crafting and with the Mad Bomber perk. The Fat Mine is also the most amount of damage you can have in the game that is part of a holdout weapon, meaning that you can sneak it past guards when you have to enter a casino or enter the fort. That's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.